Greetings, my fellow freedom low sovereign thinkers. Thank you for tuning in to LL3 Podcast. My name is Craig, transmitting from the wild, wonderful mountain state. And today's date is Monday, July 5th, 2021. Hopefully everyone had a great Independence Day weekend. And, I hate when people say Happy 4th of July. And don't get me wrong, I had used that like over 30 some odd years ago, but not anymore. Independence Day. So 245 years of these United States. And of course, you got individuals out there who want to believe in a one-size-fits-all. Okay? Centralization. It contaminates space, heritage, culture, individualism, etc. Alright, so I'll just let's get a big kick out of these people. Saying, I'll just read from the Gateway Pundit with Attorney General DePerno was saying, attorney from DePerno, about the whole Maricopa County audit in Arizona. Looks like there's some case of discrepancies, technical discrepancies, which the supervisor of elections team and the Secretary of State has knowledge of it. So those are strong claims. So I'm just like, we'll just have to wait and find out how this goes. And of course, people talk about possible false flag attack before this happens. But things are actually falling apart as we see it. But always remember, when it comes to tyranny, you gotta be persistent on this matter. So we'll just have to wait to the official announcement, I would say, right? Oh, absolutely. It doesn't matter if you love or hate Trump, because if they could do this on this election, they could do it to someone you support, give them the same remedies or same medicine, and you wouldn't like that either. Well, it's just one of those things we have to always focus on. And, of course, they did the demolition in Surfside condo. There's a claim on one report that Chaplain Towers has only $48 million insurance policy. Hopefully the folks there have property insurance as well. And plus, how they're going to be compensated. If the state approved, the county approved and all that, you have to give them that eminent domain clause under Article 10, Section 6 of the Florida Constitution. That's essential, because a lot of folks may not have places to go. And there's even a report that even John McAfee had a unit in there, and foreign nationals, Israeli, because as I said, Israeli agents were there, troops were there too, that were part of that whole rescue mission, search and rescue. Just very horrific. Some say it was looks like the whole Oklahoma City bombing. I saw those photos, but my intake on it is, you cannot put 10 pounds of cement in a 2-pound bag or 5-pound bag, especially with the whole limestone. Florida's one big limestone, wetlands, limestone, and all that. So mangroves. Florida's one big swampy mangrove. All right, that is the truth. So. Well, this one here is interesting. It's mainly Second Amendment related. They like to always use two-way on the state level. I don't know why, but they do. And so, this came from the Epoch Times. Federal-state relations. This is entitled, Texas joins 21 other states asking Supreme Court to protect Second Amendment. Okay, that sounds nice, but let's read what they have to say here. Texas joined 21 states asking the Supreme Court to uphold Hawaiian Second Amendment rights to bear arms following a rule from the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals last year that Hawaii upheld bans on residents bearing arms outside their homes. And I recall, Article 1, Section 7 of the state constitution contradicts it. This uphold and ban residents bearing arms outside their homes. Doesn't make any sense at all. Okay, Article 1, Section 7. I do remember did a story on this, narrating it. So let's go on as it reads here. The states filed an amicus brief with the High Court to help resolve a split among the Federal Circuit Court of Appeal after several courts ruled against the 2008 District of Columbia versus Heller case, a landmark gun rights ruling. One of the highest responsibilities of a state is to safeguard the rights of its citizens, the states wrote in their brief last week, including the right to keep and bear arms under the Second Amendment. The brief added, law-abiding citizens keep firearms for self-protection both inside and outside their homes. Amici seeks to ensure that their residents will not be deprived of their Second Amendment freedoms. They argue that residents' Second Amendment rights include using guns outside their homes. The plain text of the Second Amendment protects the right to bear arms, not just to keep them, according to the court filing. Yet Hawaii's firearm carrying regulatory regime functions as an outright ban on the right to carry outside the home for most people. It therefore violates the Second Amendment. See, I have to... Sometimes I'm just wondering if they ever had that case in Hawaii, because the truth of the matter is they're just contradicting their own state law, okay? So it's just really... It gets me. It just really boggles the mind, as usual. As the Supreme Court's District of Columbia versus Heller decision was, as well as a McDonald versus City of Chicago ruling, the lower courts have applied inconsistent standards in the Second Amendment challenges to the state firearms restrictions, the states wrote. The First, Seventh, and D.C. Circuit Court have ruled that the Second Amendment right to bear arms exists outside the home, but other appeal courts issued rulings inconsistent with these rulings, the amicus brief noted. The inconsistent decisions by the lower federal courts have left states uncertain as to the precise boundary between permissible and impermissible restrictions, the brief said. These inconsistencies have also prevented citizens of amici states from exercising their rights to carry and bear arms across state lines. The filing is being led by Republican attorneys general of Louisiana, Arizona, Montana. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton, a Republican, confirmed last week that Texas joined the amicus brief. The blatant misinterpretation of the Second Amendment by the Ninth Circuit must be remedied. Attorney General Paxton said in a statement, "We're asking for the court to simply uphold the Second Amendment as it's written. The lower court have flagrantly disregarded the Supreme Court's instruction in Heller, leaving the right to bear arms in jeopardy. We must have a clear and concise ruling that protects the Second Amendment from lower courts' hostility to gun rights to prevent this type of infringement from happening yet again." Well. So, gotta be a little bit more methodical. You're always gonna use the Ninth Amendment as well. That's essential. But all these states, these certain states like Hawaii, they're just contradicting their own damn laws. And how come the people the question is that they're using, I'll recommend having using jury selections in this area and give people information that's on its face, prima facie just cause. But the fact is this, those are natural rights, okay? And you gotta try to bring this on a state level, on the federal level. They may have an opinion for the states, so it's just an opinion, have it on the states, and they may call it judicial supremacy and all that good stuff, which has been a burden for a good period of time, for at least over 100 years. Maybe I go a little bit further than that. So, this is always, you have to look at your state constitutions and share it with everyone else. That is the big key, including cases that are considered unconstitutional in the state's jurisdiction. Jury nullification does work. So I know it looks like the Adam Gallup from the Second Amendment Foundation said he's confident in this, which is fine. But remember, they may throw the 10th Amendment on these on the state. The people that will be the respondents or defendants will use 10th Amendment standards as well. But hopefully, if they're smart, they'll play their cards right and have, like Hawaii, their own state constitution, throw it in their faces, and you can really make things spin. So, I'm gonna look at this right now on the Hawaii Constitution. I should have done this before I recorded this. But this is very intriguing, I would say. And like I said, one thing I always observe, trying to get the fine print. But it's nice that these states are doing it, and what you can do too, of course, nullification on your state level, 10th Amendment. Have the sheriffs involved and all that. And that's one of the areas is essential. And we see it right here under their state constitution. Let's just see. Bill of Rights. Yeah, so it's from one of their own websites, I would say. IVW. I'll go somewhere else. One moment here. I know what to hit. I'll just hit the Ballotpedia is Ballotpedia is good too. But Article 1 Bill of Rights. And we can just carry on over here. Come on, baby. Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. And this is great. When you start looking at this, on Section 2, rights of individuals, all persons are free by nature and are equal in the inherent and inalienable rights. Among these rights are the enjoyment of life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, and acquiring and possessing the property. These rights cannot endure unless people recognize their corresponding obligations and responsibilities. What's so hard about that? It's self-explanatory, right? So, saying here, your natural rights are honored. And of course, the equality of rights as well. That's Section 3. Let's see. Hopefully I'm correct on Section 7. Section 7? Oh, my mistake. I do apologize for that, folks. I have to do a correction here. I thought it was Section 7. And, oh, man. Don't tell me I goofed up here. Section 17. All right. I do apologize for saying Article 1, Section 7 is actually 17, a right to bear arms. A well-regulated militia being necessary to secure a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Checkmate, done. All those little laws they say in Hawaii is null and void. Okay, so we'll just go on here. Let's see what else they have on this area. Construction, the enumeration of rights and privileges shall not be construed to impair or deny others retained by the people. That's Section 22 of Hawaii's Bill of Rights. So you got 2, 17, and 22. They do have the right to carry outside their homes. Absolutely. Well, hopefully I can see them throw that ammunition in the Supreme Court. But one thing I'm just wondering, it should have been focused on Hawaii. But it looks like sometimes it's possible they may throw it in there. But one thing I tell you folks, even the folks in Hawaii should always realize that. You stick to your state constitution and your elected servants has to honor their oath to protect and defend both the U.S. and Hawaii constitutions. All right, that's how you gotta examine it. And so those laws about carrying outside their home and permits, whatever they have over there, it's void with no force. It's with no force. It's done. So, what are you gonna do to the people in Hawaii? Well, it would be interesting how this case will be on this matter. So, and another thing too. About those 21 states, you have those excise nullification when it comes on the federal level. Second Amendment Protection Acts and counties and so forth with their resolutions and sanctuary law ordinances and so forth. Got that. That's great. 10th Amendment will be the answer to this drama, I'll call it. All right, folks, that will be it. I thank everyone for listening. Plus, feel free to download and share throughout your social media networks. If you have any questions, comments, or something interesting or check out, whatever you do, please send your correspondence to the forum. Furthermore, I'll leave the footnotes of this episode on my speaker page. And if you want to email me, you could contact me at LokiLuck038@protonmail.com. Donations, you can go to PayPal.me or cash.app/LokiLuck3. If you want to subscribe or donate to the Epoch Times, that would be awesome. Even the Ballotpedia, okay? So they do great work. It's called Search the Encyclopedia of American Politics. And they're very good. So I encourage you folks to keep tabs, check them out. And it's a time to be alive, right? Absolutely. All right, once again, thank you for your time. But always remember that demoniac resistance is healthy for the soul and can liberate humanity. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Keep on spreading the love, and may your guardian spirits be with you.